Why are we not giving the Houston Astros credit, or the Houston Texans, or the Houston Rockets, or the Houston Dynamo credit for the wins? Like, it's always about the other team. Maybe they're getting more views talking about the other team. Maybe the media just want to talk about the other team. Maybe they're not interested in the Texans. They're just interested in the other team. We never get talked about. I think that's the moral of the story. Yo, what is going on, guys? Kev Dars here, bringing us back a brand new video to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in on this video. And today I have to talk about the Houston Texans. And it's sad to see how the media is not covering them as they should. Now, I'm gonna explain about it. I'm gonna name 3 different media outlets, different shows. That way y'all understand my example. And the reason why I'm not gonna put any screenshots or any recordings on this video, like an overlay or on top of this, or some clips in this video, is because I don't want to get copyright strike. Now, these are the 3 main ones. The first one is First Take with ESPN. The second one is The Nightcap with Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco. And then the third, or Chad Johnson. The third one is the Pat McAfee show. So I feel like the problem that they're having with the Texans fan or the Texans community is that we're not getting enough credit as a Houston Texans team. We're not getting that recognition as we should. So one example I'm gonna give y'all is the win we got over the Miami Dolphins. All they were talking about was Tua and Derek Stingley interceptions, which I appreciate, right? The Derek Stingley like credit, I really, finally he's getting the credit he deserves. The problem with the media is that they talk about Derek Stingley, but then they say, oh, it's because it is the quarterback's fault. It is Tua's fault that he did not see it. When in reality, we should give credit to the Texans defense that they've been really good this year. We always need that one person that steps up for the team, which I always admire and I appreciate. I bet the coaches appreciate it as well. The whole summary of this whole video, right? Not to make it complicated, the media keeps discrediting the Houston Texans by blaming the other team. And not only that, the media doesn't talk enough about the Houston Texans. They always talk about the other team. If the team loses, if the Houston Texans loses, they always talk about the other team. They're always like, oh, the Dolphins should have done this, or the Titans should have done this, or, the Kansas City Chiefs should have done this, or Baltimore Ravens should have done this against the Texans. And whenever the Houston Texans win the game, let me give you an example. Yeah, they won the game. The Houston Texans won the game against the Miami Dolphins. So let's talk about Tua, the quarterback. Let's talk about the Dolphins defense. They weren't doing too well. Let's talk about the Dolphins. If you I hope you understand. Like, they're not giving the Houston Texans credit, or they are, but they're not talking about the Texans enough as they should, because they got the win. If a team got a win, I'm going to talk about the team win and how, this is a great scenario. This is a great point. I appreciate this team because they fought a hard battle against the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins are a great team. And, you got to give the Houston Texans credit. I want to hear at least that and talk more about the Houston Texans. We're always hearing, as a Texans fan, every single time you look at a Houston Texans media or whatever you want to call it, it's always, yeah, the Houston Texans won, but look at this other team. We never get talked about. I think that's the moral of the story, right? I don't know how to explain it in words. Hopefully I can help me in the comment section. Maybe I could have shortened this video out, but I'm trying to say, like, as a fan, and I'm talking to the media outlets out there, we need to talk more and give more credit to the Houston Texans, because it is unfair every single time. And not only the Houston Texans, it's always the Houston teams in general. Even with the Astros, whenever we won the World Series, we always talk about, oh, but look at this negative side. Look at the, whoever we won against, right? Like, why are we not giving the Houston Astros credit, or the Houston Texans, or the Houston Rockets, or the Houston Dynamo credit for the wins? Like, it's always about the other team. Maybe they're getting more views talking about the other team. Maybe the media just want to talk about the other team. Maybe they're not interested in the Texans. They're just interested in the other team, which I understand. As a Texans fan myself, obviously I never want to talk about other teams, right? But at the end of the day, if the other team is doing great, I'm going to give them credit. I'm going to talk about them. As a Houston fan myself, we're not getting enough talked about. We're not getting talked about enough. We're not doing enough. It's always, Houston did really great, but look at goal. Oh, Another example, the Houston Rockets against Golden State Warriors for the NBA Cup, right? We're not gonna talk about that Oklahoma game. I don't want to talk about that. We recently beat Golden State Warriors, and the whole time the media kept saying, oh, it's because at the end, the referees did a mistake. Why did Houston even win? The call was uncalled for. The referee should be studied. The referee should be background checked. I disagree with all of that. The reason why is because Golden State Warrior is kind of like the Kansas City Chiefs. It always goes their way in fouls and dirty plays with Draymond Green. Don't get me started with Draymond Green. Draymond Green, bro, I admire your play, but then again, sometimes you just, start hitting and punching or just fouling in general. And there's Golden State always gets away with these type of plays, So, I'm not discrediting Golden State. I'm just saying, I think it's normal to have some type of fouls miscalled or some type of plays miscalled. I think it's just part of the game, right? But if you really wanted to beat us, Golden State, if you really say, oh, well, if the media really wants to discredit Rockets, then why not beat us by 20 points or 40 points or 60 points just to make a statement? And I feel like that's a perfect example, and especially the quarterback hits, right? With the Jaguars and, that's a whole different video. That's a whole different story. I'm not going to talk about that. But if you do want me to talk about the quarterback situation, the sliding situation, y'all let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like on this video. For me, as a Texans fan, as a Houston team overall fan of every single Houston team, it just sucks. I feel like it's normal for the media to do this, but hopefully the media can take this message and actually deliver us Houston fans what we deserve, the credit that we deserve. And I understand that some teams are really mainstream. The Los Angeles Lakers, right, with LeBron James. I know it's really mainstream. I know the Lakers are a big team. I understand that, right? Even if they lose really bad, they keep talking about them. You could be talking about the Rockets improving, from last season and how they've been developed, how our coach developed our players really good. It's a rebuilding process for the Rockets and the Houston Texans. And we've been delivering, and the coaches and the managers, they've been delivering. They've been working hard. The owners have been working hard. So why not give us that credit? Why not put it in the media? It's always the mainstream teams, even with the Cowboys. They always talk about the Cowboys and everything, and the Texans are on top. Why you're not talking about the Houston Texans having a better record than the Cowboys? Why you don't talk about how the Houston Texans have improved as a team? I got a rant. I just had to put it out on YouTube, had to put it out online. I respect every media outlet that I've seen. I respect, all the shows I've named this video, the 3 shows that I named, which is First Take, which is Nightcap, which is the Pat McAfee show. I love watching those shows and those media outlets. As a sport fan, I enjoy it. Even if they're talking about the Lakers, the Dallas Cowboys, the Dolphins, any team that I named, the Kansas City Chiefs, any team that I named in this video, I appreciate it and I love it as a sport fan. This is all my opinion. I feel like they're not showing enough love to Houston. If you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like down below. Also, make sure to subscribe down below. Hit that notification button to be part of that notification squad. I had a little bit of delay. I'm still getting into it. On this channel, I know I have it under vlogs and podcasts, but I do want to put out more videos and I already have it planned out. So hopefully I do enjoy this content. And, if you really did enjoy it, make sure to subscribe. That way I can continue this journey. We're on the road to 300 subscribers. And yeah, it's your boy Kevin and I'm signing out for now. All right. Talk to y'all later. Peace.
See, all I want you to do is be my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away my love. So don't give away. And another woman that can take your spot, my love.